Ellen Leonard on Midlands 103. Midlands 103.
Welcome back to the Friday Feeling on Midlands 103. Dating can be a minefield at the best of times, with COVID restrictions over the last 9 months getting in your way and the pressure of having a significant other. For some reason, especially over the festive period, it can all just become too much. Well, help is on the way as dating expert Frances Kelleher is joining me now. Good evening, Frances.
Hi Ellen, how are you?
Great, thank you. So, I don't know if you got the chance to watch a movie on Netflix. It's called Holiday, but I watched it, and basically the girl in it, her family put so much pressure on her to have a date or a partner over Christmas. Do you think people put too much pressure on themselves to be in a relationship, particularly during kind of holidays and the festive season?
Yes, well, the answer to your first question is yes, I watched it. So, it's very relevant for this time of year and all that. And the next answer would be yes, they do. Even in life in general, not just during, the Christmas season and Valentine's season. I mean, there's a thing in dating, I don't know whether your listeners or yourself know, known as cuffing season. And it's when the autumn comes, through the festive season, when people just reach out to people just to have them for the dates for Christmas and Valentine's. So, it's known as cuffing.
Okay.
So definitely they do.
Never heard of that before. There's always loads of different dating terminologies that I hear every now and again, and some of them are absolutely bizarre. And is it particularly the person's family, or is it more themselves that they feel like, I need to have someone? Why do people feel like they need to have somebody?
Well, I suppose, first of all, we all succumb, to a certain point to social pressure and social norm. And, a lot of people are looking for a partner, be it publicly or privately within themselves. They're longing for that connection. I mean, there's actually a loneliness epidemic now in the world before COVID ever happened. So, even though with all the connecting with social media and everything, people are still lonely. So I think really, I have witnessed women, mothers, even in front of my own eyes, put pressure on their daughters to meet somebody, even in public. They're saying it in front of us there in their presence. But I feel mainly it's the people themselves, and for that reason, that they want it in their life themselves. They want to meet that special person, and it seems to be getting more elusive.
And I suppose it is in us to have somebody. It's always nice to have someone that you can talk to or turn to if you need to. So if anyone's listening and they are looking for love, what advice would you give them? Okay,
the first thing is make it the number one priority in your life. What you focus on grows. And, I see with a lot of people that they put their work first, and they're working all hours and they're working late into the night, and, they're too exhausted to even go out and meet somebody, or their working hours aren't complementary to even going out socially. So that's the first thing, is make it your number one priority. The second thing is say yes to everything. Everything you're invited to over Christmas. Don't feel the pressure of being single. Think of it as, you might meet the person there at that event. Even if you don't, these people are going to introduce you to new people. Maybe, it's all about widening your network, widening your circle. And a very important point that I can't stress enough is beware of time wasters. Yes. I see people, with girls and guys that are only half interested in them. They're stringing them along. They're not all in. And it can waste years of your life. The easiest and best years, that you can meet somebody else. So be very aware of that is what I would advise.
That's really, really mean that people would do that, and they're out there and they're nearly doing it to keep themselves occupied and to kill a couple of hours, or as you're saying, it could be years. And are there any warning signs then that people can keep an eye out for to make sure that they avoid time wasters, or maybe are there any other signs that people might give off that you could be like, I better stay away from them?
Yeah, sure. I mean, again, this is all dating terminology. I don't know whether people, have heard of these terms, but ghosting, breadcrumbing, zombieing. This is basically, like people leave, acting hot and cold towards you, or people that keep you dangling, or that people appear out of the blue when they've disappeared from your life. They reappear as quick as they disappeared. All them are warning signs. And, people that want to get physically intimate very quickly, that can be a warning sign that they're only out for entertainment, they're only out for, having fun on the night. And if you're looking for a committed relationship, that can, damage your self-esteem. It can, hurt your feelings. You can feel used. There are warning signs like that. And also people who can be all over you immediately. That's a very, a very dominant red flag, as it were, because they can disappear as well as quick as they appeared. It's a real sign of a player as well. So, somebody should, be interested, but not completely all over you,
from
to
the
the
get-go.
extreme. So that would be another warning sign, I would say.
Yeah, until they get to know you at least. And it is upsetting for people who've put time and their energy, into talking to people, and they think it's going somewhere, for somebody to breadcrumb them or ghost them, and it's cruel. And what do you think, Frances, of online dating? Do you think it's helpful, or is it a hindrance?
Now, I think it is very helpful, especially during COVID. I mean, years ago we wouldn't have had online dating, so it's fantastic that way. But if you use it correctly. So, for instance, it's fantastic for throwing your net wide, meeting new people, especially if you're in a rural, low-populated area. You can meet more people because love is a numbers game. So I would say that. But you have to be very careful. The research has shown, the longer you speak to somebody online, the less likely you have of a date, of getting a date with them. So people think it's the opposite. They think, I'll talk and talk, I'll build up the connection. But actually, it's the opposite. So get offline as quick as you can once there's a connection, and meet in real life. Because, we're, at the end of the day, we're instinctive animals. We're instinctive beings. We use our instinct. There's such a thing as pheromones, the chemical scent of a person that people like or don't like. And you can't get any of that from online. You have to meet the person in real life to get the real feel of the person and, use your instinct and again, smell the pheromones. So that's what I would say about online. Use it correctly. And again, beware time wasters that are just out for entertainment. They'll text you all day long, but they won't meet you. Some people are like that.
It's shocking. I just can't believe that people would even do that to themselves, never mind another person. Like, you'd wonder, have they not other things to be doing than wasting people's time? And Frances, have you any final wisdom then before you go that you can share with us?
So I would say, again, love is a numbers game. But a lot of people, I speak to my clients, they don't realise that. A lot of people think, love is for the lucky, love is only for the beautiful, love is only for the really outgoing person. It's not. It's a numbers game. There's 8 billion people in the world, and there is somebody out there for you.
Absolutely.
And you can learn these skills. You can learn how to build attraction. It's easy when you know how. So, don't give up.
Frances, you just mentioned there that you have clients. If anyone's listening and they're like, do you know what now, I'd love a little bit of advice and guidance, can they find you somewhere to reach out for some advice?
Of course. I'm on all social media platforms, and my website is franceskellehercoaching.com. And if anybody wants to reach out to me, I read every single email that comes in and message.
Oh, super. That's fantastic. Well, everyone knows where you are now. And Frances, I hope you have a lovely Christmas yourself. And thanks for sharing all of those tips and your wisdom with us this evening.